Yes, we'll be back from the break, and you're still watching Smart Means a Business. I'm Anji Barigi. It's exactly 11 minutes past 9. And well, it being a Women's Week, we've been making a series since Monday exploring women, and that is in various sectors. And of course, we had some aspects in line with discussions to do with financial inclusion, fintech, of the involvement of women in fintech, and also taking a look at the biggest percentage that women hold when it comes to managing businesses. But of course, we've got to find out that to a big percentage, to a greater extent, the women have always been excluded in various ways. And well, today we are discussing matters to do with the leadership, how women are breaking the barriers, the discriminatory barriers in an industry that is largely dominated by men, and they are taking on leadership positions in business. And of course, with me today in studio, I have Dr. Maggie Chigozie, and we are going to be breaking down this because she has demonstrated what it means to be a leader as a woman and take control and take charge with the huge command with an industry that is dominated, of course, by men. Of course, before we get in there, you just need to understand that she holds a bachelor's of medicine and bachelor of surgery and practiced medicine in Uganda, Kenya, Zambia before transitioning into other fields. And of course, she is also served as a marketing director for Crown Bottlers Uganda Limited. Yes, that's a fact in there. And the manufacturer of Pepsi products, and is currently the chairman of the Zuri Model Farms, a family enterprise. And of course, notably, she served as the executive director of the Uganda Investment Authority. We are talking about the years of 1999 till 2011, and of course, with remarkable achievements in that way. And now she's also a leader and an advocate at the same time. And of course, she holds leadership position in various organizations, including the Shell Foundation, UK. We talk about Akina Mama wa Africa too, and the Makerere University Endowment Fund. Well, Dr. Maggie Chigozie, it's a pleasure to have you this morning.
Thank you very much, Andrew.
You're very welcome. And now, of course, we're looking at the dynamics of women.
Yes.
And today, in particular, we wanted to demonstrate the aspect of taking the business leadership positions.
Yes.
But I still feel before looking at the top, being on the top, the culture should be cultivated from the micro level.
Yeah.
How women portray the leadership at a micro level will have it will dictate what they can do at the top of the level. Mm-hmm. Statistically, in Uganda, most of the businesses, 90% of the businesses fall into the micro and intermediary enterprises. 90%. Mm-hmm. And to make matters much more scary, on the 90%, 58% of these, the micro definitely contribute the biggest percentage, and most of the women seem to be attached to the micro with the turnover just about not more than 15 million Ugandan shillings annually. So how do you perceive of that statistic when it comes to women's participation in Uganda's economy?
Yes, we started late when it comes to business, as you know it.
Yeah.
But traditionally, we do grow. We are the agricultural tank in the villages. Those rural women you're talking about, they grow the food we eat. They help with the cash crops as well, coffee and others. And they're in the markets. Traditionally, all those, apart from the agriculture, all those were for the men. Yeah, men, they would leave us at home and they would go and do, take things to the market, sell them, bring the money. They didn't have to bring it back home. They would keep it, use it as they saw fit. And so that was what it was. And that's where we've had to move from, to get to where you say we at least have 10% in the bigger businesses.
Okay.
So it hasn't been easy. It has been a challenge. It has taken us a few years, and we still have a long way to go. We still have a long way to go to get to equity, because the target is SDG 5 is equality. Equality. Yes. Yeah. So we still have a lot of work to do to build up our women who may be still in that group of small enterprises, small and micro, to help them to grow. And so there are specific programs both at government level, at private sector level, and the women are picking it up and running. So it's an exciting time to be in Uganda, watching women in business in Uganda. They're getting there. There are products made by women on the market that we never, ever. I didn't expect to see, all the cosmetics, the hair products, the fashion, beautiful fashion, the music. The music. Have you seen our women in music? So all those are women in business, sometimes not very clear that they are. They own schools. They own hospitals. So we have come a long way, yes. We still have a long way to go, but we're on the way.
Now, talking about like recently, we had we're having the EU Business Summit, Uganda Business Summit.
Yes.
And on top of that, we saw the European Investment Bank investing about 420 billion in micro, and 50% of these funds are definitely heading to the women.
Yes.
Now, my concern is that, well, this is very beautiful, but we need to consider areas in line with the capacity building and in terms of proper direction of investment.
Yes.
Now, for a woman in Uganda today, 2024, for such a time, what would be the ideal direction of such huge chunks of money coming into their coffers?
Yes, there are huge chunks of money, but they're being managed pretty strictly. They may not even come at all if you as a woman are not coming with the right project and the right business plan to show how it's going to run, and even you have to pay back that money.
Yes,
it's not a gift.
Exactly.
Some of it may be a few donations here and there, but majority is in, UDC, Uganda Development Bank, and places like that, or different banks, NSSF, they will look at your business plan and make sure that it's going to work. And what we do know is, have they got the skills to run a business commercially?
Yes.
And not look at it as, I'm just doing this, I'm just doing that. No, it's a serious business. So the issue of capacity building is big. Capacity building. So we've been really lucky that we have UPE, USE, and even at university. So you see the majority of graduates last year at Makerere were women. Same with many of the other universities. So we are having that level. The people who, not only for business, but will also work among the corporates, and they are able to take that up. And maybe their capacity building is slightly different. They may not, they already got it at the universities and others. Then we have the colleges. The vocational colleges.
Exactly, yes.
Again, this government has taken up very seriously in that, DTI and others, and SACCOs and the presidential initiatives.
Yes.
So we are having those people that have the skills, not at graduate level. Yes, we do have the engineers and architects and doctors and scientists at that level.
Yeah.
But we also have at the lower level, we have the nurses for health, we have the builders, all those vocational skills, the electricians, we have the border riders.
Absolutely.
Yeah, being trained properly and not just picking up a bike and getting onto the road, because they're extremely dangerous when they do that. And even there, we have border women.
We've seen that.
Yes, they have
driving trucks.
And lorries and buses, yes. So I think the message we're trying to get through to the women is even the airplanes. I traveled on Uganda Airlines, and the captain was a lady.
Okay.
Yes. So we are that high in these things that really look as though you need a lot of strength. But you don't. It's an engine. You drive it. So
it's about the brain.
It is the brain mindset change among the women.
Yeah.
So it is happening. It's slow, but it's happening. I was the first motorcycle rider. Female motorcycle rider, because my brothers rode, and I had a bike. I was given a bike to go to school. and to university. Throughout university, I had my bike.
Racing bike? Was it a racing bike?
No, it wasn't, but my brothers had racing bikes. So when it came to racing, my brother Arthur was number 99.
Okay.
So he would just swing it around, and I was number 66. He didn't want to be embarrassed. Well, number 99 is going slowly today. What's the problem?
But I think what matters is the whole experience about, riding the bike.
Yeah.
I mean, it may not matter what position you ended up in, but I understand you were a lady.
I did pretty well. I did pretty well.
Exactly.
Because his bike was good. I mean, the thing about motorcycles is a lot depends on what bike you're riding. So the ones who have good bikes are likely to
overtake you.
Yeah, that's a sport that requires a lot of money, same as motocross and others. But others are easier, you can play football and you're equal, whether you have money or you don't have money. Play rugby, you can play, tennis, you need some money, rackets are expensive.
All right, okay, now, just a few before we get into the break, let's talk about something here, which is, I've realized it's quite typical with enterprises in Uganda, most especially women-led.
Yes.
The fact that majority of them, when it comes to progress, in terms of, for example, if I'm selling boya down the street, I'm roasting gonja, a woman, probably in the next 7 months or 1 year, I'm thinking of probably putting coffee. Then in the next 7 months, I'm thinking of now turning it into a snack hub. Before you know it, it's now a restaurant. It's quite a bit rare with women because most of the businesses seem to be from a survivalistic mode that I'm paying, probably I'm a single mother and I'm paying for my child, and probably if I get somebody to marry me off and they have the money, I'm going to drop that. Probably. Okay, just some of the key factors. But what do you think is really causing that? We don't have that aspect of being an entrepreneur, because entrepreneurship, you shouldn't stay in one line of product. There is the aspect of diversifying the product portfolio.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think it's the lack of training, empowerment. So these ladies, we are now sitting with them in various institutions and at various levels.
Yeah.
I think within their circles, for example, within organizations like NSSF, like Stanbic and others. They are taking up these ladies and they are giving them entrepreneurship skills. We worked on, we brought Enterprise Uganda into Uganda when I was at the UIA, talked to UNIDO, UNIDO and other UN bodies. Yeah. And we got Enterprise Uganda here. And that helped this group of women that were already slightly bigger. Yeah, it's not at the market level, but to really plan entrepreneurship skills. So what is your vision? Is your vision, it should be, if it's not to grow, it should be to grow. Yes. Absolutely. So how do you grow? What do you need to do? And then you do your business plan, and then you look at management. Do you need some skilled managers? And then you look at market, is it there?
Okay.
Your product. So they look at, this teaches you the whole thing within a week.
Okay.
So women have no time. The thing about women, whenever these trainings, wherever you meet at the tennis club with your fellows and you're discussing really important issues, we're not there. Because we have no time. I have to go home. I have to make sure the children are fine. So the women are missing in that arena. So we needed to create it for them. Find some place where they
can gather and share these development ideas.
So me at the UIA, what I did, there was not a single woman entrepreneur registered with the UIA in business. And yet we knew they were there. We knew some, not very many at that time.
Okay.
This was a long time ago. And so what we did, we invited them for lunch or dinner. You don't invite them for the same thing, because some can make lunch. Some can make breakfast. Most will tell you, no, breakfast, I'm dropping the kids at school. I can't do breakfast. Yeah. And dinner. Also, we'd swap around. Every month we'd have a meeting, and we'd train them. We'd bring them experts, talk to them about finance, auditing, marketing, whatever. And by the time I left, we had 500.
500 women?
Yes. Okay. And knowledge for a woman is empowerment. Once I know, and I'm sitting here because I know a lot.
You know.
Otherwise, I would not be sitting here. If I at all felt, will I be able to answer these questions? I would not be here. And that's what happens to the majority of women. So we gave them knowledge. We showed them everything. We invited them to every government official meeting and all that. And by the time I left, we had over 500. Now I think we must have at least 1,000. And those are the big ones, and they're doing very well. And we began to pull up our sisters. Okay. That little competition, I think traditionally we used to sort of compete. Now we don't compete. We are happy when any woman succeeds, we all celebrate. We're happy. And she's standing in for all of us and showing us the possibilities, showing our children the possibilities. Yes, it can happen. Whatever they thought, how can a woman drive a plane? Exactly. Uganda Airlines is showing you these are women. They're driving planes. So you can be a pilot. Yeah. So seeing the possibilities in Uganda, and we want to thank you, the media, for making that possible. For showing it, for picking up these success stories like you were telling me you've done this week, and showing the girls, especially the young girls, but also the women out there who are sitting and waiting for their money to come from the husband.
The husband.
No. That is over.
Interesting. They say that if you educate a woman, you're saving a generation. And if you educate a man, you're raising a dictator. Don't think that.
Yes, he's going, well, he might take along his son.
Yeah.
Some of them, but others don't even take along their sons.
All right. Very interesting. Now, we're going to take a short break. I'm still with Dr. Mangish because we are discussing matters to do with the women, breaking the barriers and taking positions when it comes to business and leadership. Let's take a quick one. And of course, we shall be returning with further discussions in relation to that.
Smart 24, driving business.
Luxury redefined at Seasand Hotel as you indulge in the splendor of elegant living fit for the royalty that you are. Step into comfort, pampering and blissful customer-centric service as you select from our range of comfy, exquisite living quarters furnished to meet with your royal preference. Surrounded by scenic beauty, our tropical setting allows you to escape the glamorous ordeal of city life. Our ambient green gardens will guide you to a place of revitalizing rest. The 3-star restaurant caters to your palate, serving your choice menu ranging from exotic cuisines to local delicacies. Our chefs will serve you full-course meals for a truly out-of-this-world culinary experience. Our fully stocked bar to whet your throat, from renowned global brand whisks, brandies, gins, beers and wines to our locally celebrated beverages, you will not lack for any brewage. It's an all-new experience in the East at Seasand Hotel, so visit today at Plot 15 to 19 Spire Road, Ginger, or contact us on +256 751 719 960 and +256 785 354 614 for reservations. Seasand Hotels, luxury redefined.
Can I borrow fuel? Biggie money, can I borrow renty? Manager, give me some caloni. Okay, what about 5K?
When you need a loan,
You've got MTN Momo. Wesotinge. Use the Momo app or dial *165*5# for all quick loans. Choose from the different loan options from our partners and get one that works for you. Together, we're unstoppable.
Cooking oil like no other makes your meal so sweet and scrumptious. The taste of Uganda, yeah, the taste of Uganda, the taste of Uganda.
Smart 24, driving business.
Well, it's 28 minutes to the top of the hour. Smart means business. I'm Andrew Barigi, and of course, in line with the discussion to do with women breaking the barriers and taking on positions in business leadership. My guest this morning is Dr. Maggie Chigozie, and is a professional business development expert. Now, leadership. We're seeing an industry that is largely dominated by men. I want to understand, a woman out there would love to understand what does it really take for a woman now, from your own experience? You've been having all these positions, you were even an executive director of an investment authority for the country. That is way beyond, you from private sector, now you're heading a government aided institution. What does it really mean for a woman in that direction in terms of thought pattern and implementation and decision making?
Yes, very important, I think, for any woman is education.
Education.
Yeah, if you could have the basic,
basic education.
The basic. It doesn't matter in which whether it's science, but have an education so that you can think more broadly and you can find solutions to problems, which is what we do in business every day.
Yes.
Yeah. So education, very important. And if you now decide you're going into business, then the skills in business.
Skills in business.
In business, because that is a specific skill that you would need to have.
Yeah.
Some people are born entrepreneurs. They don't need it. They somehow manage to get through even without all that. But I think for the majority of us, you do need those skills. So when I found myself in business, the good thing, I'm a doctor. So at least I was educated. Yeah. I was able to think. I was able to research. I was able to ask.
Yes.
And so education, the basic education does help. Now you need the business skills. Yeah. There are specific skills for business.
For business.
Yeah, so you can go to Enterprise Uganda, MOOBS Entrepreneurship Center, and many, many other places where you can get those skills. And you've decided you want to go into business. Do you have a job already? Let's start with the people, our ladies and gentlemen who have jobs.
Who have the jobs, yes.
Yeah, those of you who have jobs, can you be the best at your job? Be really good at it. Yeah. Find out what you are supposed to do. They must have given you maybe some contract. What are you supposed to do? And excel. Do even better. Do not allow them to fire you.
Okay.
Until you're ready.
You're ready.
You are ready. You resign. But to misbehave, we employ people.
Yeah.
There are 1,000 applicants. I've chosen you. Every day you come late. Every day you claim
you don't execute your tasks.
You are rude to everyone. You don't execute your tasks. So please, if you have a job, recognize 70% of the people out there want your job.
Want your job.
And they are unemployed.
Yeah.
So be the best. Just work really hard. Understand what your company needs. And do the best as well as you can. And then begin to think jobs are always temporary.
Yeah.
I lost I was many things. I was a DOU. I am not. So jobs end.
And
Are you prepared? Now, NSSF is doing some training you can just go and register on how you manage retirement, how you prepare for retirement. But apart from that, can you start your business? Can you begin to think what else you can do? Well, have you got any asset? Have you got land, for example?
Yeah.
I'm a farmer because I had land. But so if you have land, do not let the land be taken over or just sell it and get some money, be grabbed.
Yeah.
You can do simple things. You can plant, if you're very busy. I was very busy. I planted trees on any piece of land that belongs to my family. So, use the assets that you have and start a business. Think of what business you'd like to do. Uganda is the land of opportunity. We have everything.
Absolutely.
We do. So what would you like to do? And start thinking and then preparing. You need to save some money. There are not many businesses you can start with zero.
Zero, absolutely.
There are maybe a few.
And the way the man has lost value, it's a lot of money.
It's a lot of money.
Yeah.
So start saving a little bit from your salary. Hopefully you have NSSF, you have maybe some bonus, that gratuity that comes. Keep it. Try and protect it. You invest it so that it grows. And then when you're ready to start your business, at least you have some money to start with. The bank will look at you seriously if you actually also have something. They can give you a loan. Look for the business associations. Which business you are in, look for this specific. There's a women's association, flower growers association, beekeepers. All those associations are there. And you join the one that's relevant for you. It helps. You meet people in the same area and you learn. Yeah. So those are some of the things you need to do. As a woman, and to woman it's even more important. I discovered that when men don't know, they know how to fuck around. He really doesn't know. And I can see from his eyes he doesn't know. But he can give you a long discussion on the topic. So we don't know how to do that as women. We actually need to know. So make sure you know. The confidence comes from the fact that
when you done whatever you've mentioned, at least you've done 80%.
Yes.
The money, you assets, you have all this.
Yes. I'm ready to go.
Ready to go.
I'm ready to go. And I'm confident.
Interesting. Now, we also seeing a challenge of startups, women-dominated startups. Most of them rely much on seed capital, donations, funds, and they are not reliable. Let's discuss some alternative financing sources for a woman who necessarily seems to be stuck because not everyone is actually connected.
Not everyone has saved anything.
Yes.
Yeah, but so when it comes to that, you will have to start small.
You'll have to start small.
You start small. You cannot borrow to start a new business. Even the bank will not give you the money. So if you're going to start, you have to start with whatever you have. So you talk to the market women. All you need is some little money to buy some tomatoes, and tomorrow you buy more, and you grow your business.
Yeah.
Yes. And then once you do have a business that's running, then people will consider you if you apply for, funds. You join a circle. That's something that has worked for a large number of people.
Yeah.
Join a circle. If it is well run, make sure it is so be a part of the running of it. Make sure it's well run and your money is not being stolen. And that happens in some areas. So circles, especially for us women, working together in groups works very well.
Working together in groups.
In groups. Or join your nearest association. In Uganda, we have the Uganda Women Entrepreneurs Association.
Yeah.
It's all over the country. Join that one. And you learn. They will make sure you get learning opportunities. You'll meet fellow business people. They will share with you how they did it. Yes. So borrowing is hard. But remember, I think you need to understand Uganda. You do put that out as though everybody has nothing. It's not true. Some people have rich fathers and rich mothers. Yeah. So you are able to tap into that. Have a start, yes. So you can start your business having a rich husband. Well, he doesn't have to be very rich, slightly richer than you. It's supportive. He could be supportive. That helps.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's interested in you starting your business so that, the income in the family will be more. He won't have too much pressure when you're the only income earner in the family.
Absolutely.
You have the school fees, you have the shoes, you have children need this and the other. So it's really nice if you can encourage your wife. Not discourage. What we hear generally, it is discouraging. I don't want my wife to work.
To work.
Yes.
Now that brings me back to the aspect of cultural attachments.
Yes.
To what degree do you think have they limited women's participation in this country's economy?
A lot. We are brought up to be housewives, I think.
Are women still into that mindset? Till this 21st century?
Some people are. Some husbands don't want their wives to work. So you have doctors sitting at home. You have engineers sitting at home. And so that is sad. When that happens, it is really sad because he feels, I'm giving you everything. You have a car, why do you have to work? When it's, but then it comes down to somebody who actually doesn't have the means, but also doesn't want his wife to work.
So you don't have the means, you don't want your wife to work.
No. So that one is really complicated. It's really difficult.
Yeah.
Yes, I think our husbands really need to relax and allow their wives to make some money. To make some money. And of course, you may end up there making more than you. Again, good. It's money for the family. What is the problem?
Now, this now brings me to a point of policy. In terms of what areas do you feel in terms of the policy framework need to be adjusted when it comes to creating a smooth
I think a big one is inheriting land. Traditionally, land was inherited by the boys because they belong to the clan. You are going to marry in some other clan, so you don't inherit this land. But I think it has definitely changed. I also inherited land from both my father, my mother, and my husband. Bits and pieces here and there. So that has got to change. You as parents, what about your daughter? I know she's married to some other clan, but she's still your daughter. Those are still your grandchildren. Yes, so we need to look at that. And without land, it's very difficult to have collateral in the bank. Land forms a very solid collateral that all the banks will accept. So the fact that only boys have it and the girls don't have it. Then family businesses. How are you registering your business? You as now, be it the dad or the mom who's owning the business. Are you giving the family shares? If not, you should. You should. Maybe after the business has succeeded a little bit, definitely when you are writing your will, even the girls should have shares in your business. And they could work with you. They could be the ones actually to run the business. And bring them on board early. Parents have businesses and they don't bring the children in. Whereas, you should early so that they are part of the business and they're ready to take over.
Now, if we were to look at this from the government side, in terms of policies, because like the Standard Development Goal 5, which brings about the aspect of gender equality. So seeing how in terms of now, for example, the Uganda Investment Authority, in terms of investment policy, how that can be attached into their framework to favor women from the government. Now, from the government.
Exactly. To sort of force families in their private business and in their private land to ensure that I think that would be a little bit difficult at the moment.
Very difficult.
We've allowed like private sector driven economy and the ownership is important. It's important. You won't start your business if you know they're going to say, your daughter, everybody should have shares.
I thought, there are times where governments coming to intervene where there is a bit of unfairness in sharing of resources, because the capitalist mindset seems to be a bit selfish to some degree, whereby the poor remain poor, rich stay rich. If we're to look at that perspective, recently, in the European court was questioning Apple for the monopoly aspect. And who reported? Apple, Spotify. They're all streaming companies. But Europe, the council realized that if we leave these people to interplay in here, there is going to be massive exploitation, because this one will be enjoying the monopoly power. So they had to come in and intervene. So if I'm to relate this now to here, whereby there ought to be the other body that is seeing that, no, this is not fair. Let so and so participate.
And it's very difficult for them to come down to the family. No, I don't think we can. But like business as a whole, like the Bank of Uganda is a regulator, the insurance body there's a regulator. So we do have the regulators. The UCC, Uganda Communications Commission, regulates the ICT side. Yes, so we do have regulators for business. I don't know if they can come as low down as into our families. Yes, so there it is more sensitization that's being done, education's being done. Before it was clear that women were uneducated. So I have to run the business, then my son has to take over. But now my wife is educated, my daughter is educated. I need to rethink myself without anybody bringing the whip to say you have to consider your daughter. Yeah. So we are moving well as women, really. We are moving well, slow but sure. And we shall get there.
Okay. Now, I see here that according to your profile, you have a strong background in science fields. And what are your thoughts on the importance of encouraging girls in, having the interest in STEM subjects, fostering more women leaders in these fields? Because science is the future, and President recently was talking about increasing their salaries. Because we see.
Yes, teachers and all.
Exactly.
Yes, science is very important. And it is, again, another of those traditional things that women thought they couldn't do.
They couldn't do.
Actually said they couldn't do. I can't do maths. Why can't you do maths? You just have to have a good teacher and learn it and pay attention. You can do maths. So that was the first thing, a mental block. As far as women were concerned, go into the social sciences, not the mainstream sciences. So what can we do? A lot is being done. It's giving good teachers. I came from Gayaza High School. Actually, when we went to medical school, out of the 11 girls who were there, 8 of us were from Gayaza.
Okay.
Because we had great teachers.
Great teachers.
Great science teachers. We did not fail sciences. We did not think they were even difficult.
Okay.
Yeah. So really it's the system coming up with great teachers all the way from primary and encouraging the girls in the family. The Indians just tell all their children you are going to be doctors and somehow force them into it, and they are doctors.
But is it fine to force?
No, it is very, very bad to force. I'm one of the first ones. My father told me I would be a doctor when I was in nursery school.
Okay.
And I never questioned it. I never even thought otherwise.
Yeah.
So, but it was okay. I became a doctor and it was fine. So yeah, we shouldn't do that.
Okay.
I did not make Navio a doctor. I was a more enlightened parent. Otherwise, I would have said no.
It was his choice.
Yeah, it was his choice. He's a musician. That's fine.
Of course, Women's Day is tomorrow. Your last remarks to the women as we wind up.
Yes, to the ladies, I am so proud of you. We have come a long way. A long way. We are heading banks. Can you believe it? Citibank is led by a woman. Stanbic, she has just left, but yeah, she
got a big promotion.
A bigger promotion, but
the country.
She's not ours anymore. She was ours 100%. Yes, yeah. and a large number of them, and in all other areas, the business women are brilliant.
Yeah,
they're really doing well. They're out there growing, and producing products that I never thought. Chocolate is being produced locally.
Yeah.
Creams, everything. So ladies, fashion, music, all of you. I'm so proud of you. All of you are in business. I know sometimes you think business is shops and manufacturing, but no, schools are business. Look at Victoria's. Belongs to Barbara.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Interesting.
So many schools.
Yeah.
Taiba belongs to Mariam. Fantastic. Ladies. So we are doing it and we can do it. I want you to take strengths, learn, empower yourself, network, meet people, make friends, and learn your business and grow it. I also want you to look at your daughter. Your daughter, are you giving her the skills that she needs? And are you including her in when you go to these things? Let her see what possibilities are out there. Happy Women's Day to all of you. Happy Women's Month. And we might as well take the year. Happy Women's Year.
Interesting. And that is it for today's edition of Smart Mates Business. Thanks for being a part of it. And it's 8 minutes to the top of the hour. Tomorrow is Women's Day, definitely. And here on Smart Mates Business, we shall definitely have the entire show tomorrow. We shall be having ladies running. So you need to tune in and get to hear their perspective. I know they have a lot of information to share, most especially to the lady out there that is thinking of investment, to direct your investment and capital, alternative sources of capital, because that's one of the biggest challenges. Capital, and where should I invest if I get the capital? Well, till tomorrow, good morning.
Smart 24, driving business.